Hey Bobcats, Miss Marvel here. All right, so the turkey that we did in our last class, I know was a little challenging, and a couple of people mentioned that they needed it slowed down a little bit, so maybe this will help. All right, for the Thanksgiving turkey, you're going to start by folding corner to corner along the diagonal. Get a good crease, unfold that. By the way, I can already tell you right now, I'm probably going to struggle on this one because even when I do it, a lot of times mine doesn't quite come out perfect either. So, hey, even an experienced folder sometimes has trouble. All right, so we've got our center line along the diagonal. Now we're going to take these two bottom left and right edges, fold them to the center to make what looks like a kite. So we're going to fold, let's see if I can get this to be as accurate as possible. Right there. Okay, center to, or the edge goes to the center. The edge goes to the center. See how accurate I can. I'm gonna go for accuracy. I'll probably fail, and you'll just have to walk with me and forgive me on that one. Okay, so we've got our two edges to the center, and now we've got this kite. The top is going to fold down. It's actually going to tuck in, but you can leave it folded to figure out where that line is. Fold this down to the center, and then this top flap actually does need to be underneath the outside too. So tuck that in, and we're back to just these two big flaps right on top. Okay, now we need to fold these two corners backwards. So rather than actually folding them backwards, it's probably easier just to turn it over and then fold those two down and then just flip it back over. All right, come on, let's go for accuracy here. Get a good crease, get a good crease. Okay. All right, so back to the front, open those up. All right, so we have right now the kite with these two open. This is a mountain fold. The top is tucked in, and that's where we are. All right, next piece is going to be, let me see if I can zoom in just a touch, maybe. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to make a squash fold. So how that works is this piece right here. This spot is kind of like the hinge. So this is kind of like your hinge. This opens up and this becomes a hinge, and this top is going to end up right here along the center line. So here's where it goes. Squash, take this back side, fold it over. It's going to fold along the crease that you just made right here. Okay. It's going to fold along that crease. And then this top part is going to squash flat. And this is where I tend to not be able to get it to lay flat. It just is what it is. I can already see it's not this one. Oh, well, close enough. That's going to have to be good enough. We're going to do the same thing on this left side. So again, open it up a little bit, create some space in there. This is like your hinge. This top part right here comes right to the center line. It's going to fold along the crease that you already made. I think that's where my accuracy issues are actually. So that folds down, and let's see if I can get it to come out to a nice point. Hey, that one did a little bit better. Still ain't perfect, but hey, it'll work. It'll be fine. All right, so now this is what we're looking at. We've got a diamond over here. We've got a diamond over here. We've got a triangle pointing out the bottom, and that's where we are. Okay, next, these two flaps that are currently pointing down, we're going to flip to come up. So this edge, I suppose I could write on it, this edge is going to fold to right here. So just like that. It should line up. You should be able to see one line right on top of the other and make your crease. Same thing over here. This edge comes to right here. You should see them line right up just like that. Make your crease. Okay. And then our next step is going to be to take this top point and this top point and fold them down. We're making the feet of the turkey right now. So when you fold these down, I don't know if there's a specific amount. It's not really halfway exactly. You want the bottom point to stick out. and you really want this line to stay straight. So you're folding it on that line. Might go a little bit further. This is like the little turkey feet. Let's see if I can maybe zoom in a touch. Whoops, that's as far as it goes. Okay, so there we go. This may need to be tweaked just a bit later to make our turkey want to stand up. Sometimes you have to adjust it just a bit once you get the whole thing built. All right, so that's where we are. Right now, I suppose it looks kind of like a little puppy's with his hands down begging or something. Okay, next, the whole model is going to fold in half. So fold it right in half, just like that. Let's go ahead and crease that. It's a little bit thick right on the top right here and very pointy on the bottom. All right, now, next, we're going to fold along two lines. I'm going to draw on mine. I don't really recommend you draw on yours, but whatever. We're going to fold from this point to somewhere about over here. So I'm going to fold along a line right here. I'm also going to fold another one from about the middle of the feet, more or less straight back this way. So I'm going to fold along these two lines. Okay. This paper is starting to get fairly thick, so unless you're using maybe that really nice origami paper, this could be a little tricky, but there we go. Fold that, get a good crease. Again, that's pretty thick paper at this point. And then same thing here, I'm going to fold along this line, fold that up. You can probably get an idea now of how this turkey is shaping up, okay? Now, at this point, guys, you really have two choices. If you are a beginning folder, if you don't have a lot of experience, then you are probably going to want to just keep these as flat folds, just like this, and not go any further with it. And that's totally fine. Maybe even stick a little bit of glue right in there to keep it down. That's totally okay. I am not judging. If you are a bit more experienced, then I would suggest you actually take this fold and turn it into an outside reverse. So what that's going to look like is you open it up a little bit, about one step's worth of opening it up, invert it, and then close it back down. So one more time. We were here, we have this crease, we open up the model just a touch, invert it, close it back down. That is an outside reverse, and it puts the fold on both sides of the model instead of just the front. It will probably look a little nicer if you can do that step. If that's tricky and you don't want to mess with it, don't mess with it. Okay, same thing here. If you're good with it just being a flat model, that's totally okay. If you prefer to go maybe just a touch more uh, advanced, then again, outside reverse, open up your model just a bit, about one step worth, pop it. It comes to the outside when you collapse it back down. There we go. So again, it puts the fold on both sides, it wraps it around the model. Ooh, and I just totally messed this up here. Oh, well, whatever. Okay. Now, next, we're going to do just a couple more tweaks on the head. So we're going to fold along a line roughly, and there's some variation here. It doesn't really matter. This is if you're a little higher, a little lower, a little steeper, a little flatter, it's just going to make your turkey just look a little different. That's totally okay. Fold roughly along this line so the head comes down. There you can see where his head's going. Adjust it if you want to, fine tune a little bit. Get a good fold. And just like before, if you're good with that and you just want a flat model, you're good. You don't have to do anything else. If you want to go a little more advanced, then outside reverse that. Again, open it up just a touch, invert it, fold it back down. It's going to put the fold onto both sides of the model so you can see the fold is on both sides. And then for your last piece, we're going to do like the little, I'm not even sure what it's called, waddle, I think, the little funky turkey nose here. Folds down. I don't have a specific line to fold it on. I'm just going to fold that down. And again, same as the last couple. If you're good with that, just leave it. If you want to take that to, I think this one's going to be an inside reverse actually. This will probably work. Yeah, this will have to be an inside reverse where you just tuck it in just a touch. I'm not going to be able to do this one. You can kind of tuck it inside there. Let's see. So you can either just leave it flat, like down, or if you want to kind of poke it down, like this is going to be an inside reverse, you can do that. And then do some do a little shaping to make it look like you want. Kind of pull it, tug it, angle it, whatever, until you're happy with how your turkey looks. Now, the cool part on this one is it will sort of sometimes with maybe a little bit of tweaking, it should stand up. I think mine's gonna. Yep, mine's back heavy. He's gonna fall right on his butt. Um, but with a little bit of tweaking, maybe change the angle on the feet just a bit. You should be able to get. Well, I'm not gonna. I have failed, but you should be able to get it to like stand up. If you can open the feet up just a bit, adjust the angles until he stands up, you'll have a lovely little decoration for your table for Thanksgiving. All right. That one was a bit trickier. Hope you were able to hang with me on that one, and I will see you guys at the next meeting.